Earth is kind of my favorite planet by default, but seeing what's happening with the overuse of plastic that gets into the ocean, with the waste that's happening with food, and just with the condition of global warming in general, it's really disheartening to me. I love swimming in the ocean, I love hiking in the hills and hanging out in nature, and envisioning a future without that is really sad. And I truly believe that every single person has a responsibility to do what they can to take care of Mother Nature and to leave this world a better place than we entered it. And I have to be the first to admit, a lot of times in the past, I have not done a very good job of this. And I am doing my best to educate myself to be a more conscious consumer. And that's why in today's video, I wanna share with you the 5 products that are zero waste or low waste that have really changed my life. And as I've started using these products, I've done a little bit more research, and I wanna share a little bit of what I've learned with you. And I am by no means an expert. I am by no means completely zero waste as much as I would like to be. If you have tips, tricks, or criticism for me, please tell me in the comments below, because that's how I evolve and grow. And I do want to make this world a better place and do what we can to preserve it. I think that there's a 5% chance of halting a 2-degree increase in climate change in the next like 5 or 10 years. And a 5% chance is really sad and really slim, but guess what? 5% is not zero. And these are some of the things that I have been using to try to get a little closer to that ideal. I want to share those with you. And I've got some beauty products because I didn't realize how wasteful they were, toothpaste that gets into the ecosystems, and I've of course got some little plastic packaging alternatives. And I think I'll talk about these first. These are my favorite. These are, I would call them reusable sporks or eco-friendly sporks. I picked these up at an eco shop in Carmel, California, but these are literally my favorite things to put in my car, to put in my backpack, and use for camping and takeout foods. I even use them at the regular dinner table if I feel like it. I didn't realize how much waste went into plastic packaging and takeout packaging. And then even if you're using a compostable spoon, I go to this coffee shop called Phil's Coffee, and they have spoons that are made up of potatoes, so you can compost them. But I didn't realize that it still takes a long time to do that. It's still a form of waste because you still have to break that down. And even if you take something and throw it away in the recycling, I didn't know that it doesn't always get recycled. Sometimes large percentages of things that you put in the recycle bin don't get recycled. They just get thrown out or mixed into trash, which is really sad. So these are 2 things that I picked up. This is a stainless steel one. This is my favorite for like soups and stuff. It's also got a little bit of a stronger spork and it's a little bit deeper, so I love this one, especially for Thai food takeout. And then, you know, for the ones that for camping or just something simple, this is the bamboo one. This is also certified organic. This is a brand new one because my other one did get stained, so keep in mind they can stain. But these are really easy to backpack with. They are really easy to put in my school bag. And this is what I use now instead of doing actual takeout. And on top of that, sometimes you can use them at home. These are my little babies. They're first off adorable, and they have really helped not only let me cut down on my plastic use and my plastic takeout use, but learn about how the recycling process works and what to look out for. The other thing that was really, really shocking to me was toothpaste. And I never realized how much crap was in toothpaste and how much that was getting into our ecosystems. I know about microbeads specifically in skincare, and I don't use microbeads in my skincare because they can wash down our sink, get into the rivers, which lead into the oceans. Fish, frogs, aquatic life can eat them, it can kill them, and it can end up in their tissues. And it's just horrible overall for the system. It's another form of like a microplastic. I had no idea that there were microbeads in toothpastes as well. The microbeads are usually hidden under the name polyethylene, polyethylene, yes. And I didn't realize that in just like a regular tube of toothpaste, there could be so many other things, including microbeads. This is an alternative that I like. This one is called Lebon or Lebon. I'm not exactly sure. I did use Tom's of Maine for quite a while. I felt that I didn't get like the minty fresh feeling from Tom's of Maine, however. And then I tried a charcoal toothpaste, but the flavor was just really gross to me. This one is a little bit more expensive, but I would recommend it because it tastes amazing. It's minty. This is the mint vanilla. This is my favorite. And they actually have some funny flavors, such as a mint cinnamon and then even a mint mango. This is like a travel size. I never thought that I would enjoy a mango toothpaste. But the good thing is that this does not include some of the ingredients that can be toxic to the ecosystem. So they're better for my body and better for the ecosystem. And for those who are concerned, they are fluoride free. And then on top of that, they are vegan, cruelty free, and they're made certified by the PEFC. You can look for these little certifications to see if they are recyclable or recycled, if they are cruelty-free, etc. And so this one has that forestry certification, which is great. This also has some great ingredients, menthol, cinnamon. It's got some, this one is the vanilla flavor. And I really appreciate these because I didn't know how much crap there was in regular toothpaste. There's also in regular toothpaste triclosan. It's an actual registered pesticide and it can kill off aquatic life. And again, if you're using a little bit of toothpaste every day, I'd probably use one of these every 3 months or so. But when you think about how many people brush their teeth twice a day, and if they're using like Crest or something with fluoride or something with some of these chemicals, you're spitting that into the waterways, it washes down, and marine life and animals do eat that. And it disturbs these ecosystems in a really negative way that just makes me uncomfortable. And then it's like, oh, what are we supposed to do? Something else that's in there is sodium pyrophosphate. This is an ingredient that is meant to stop the buildup of tartar on the teeth, which is probably a good thing, right? Well, unfortunately, I read a scientific study that stated that when you spit it into the sink and it gets into the rivers, it actually causes an overgrowth of algae. And you might think, well, algae, isn't that a good thing? No. The reason that algae is not a good thing is because it can really take over these ecosystems. Algae needs oxygen to survive, and a lot of times it eats the oxygen that's in the water naturally. And that means that frogs, even salmon that are spawning upstream, microorganisms, they cannot survive or live in the water because there is no oxygen. So then it creates this dead zone where it's just algae and little, if not no other marine life. And that's really sad and really scary because, you know, it's wiping out our rivers and then that does get transferred into the ocean. So check your toothpaste. This is the one that I use. There are Toms of Maine. Just make sure you read those ingredients and know what you're looking for. Also, when it does come to beauty products, I do want to touch on microbeads and plastic. Microbeads are something that I no longer use in my skincare. Again, they get into the fish and they are harmful. When it does come to makeup, again, I am not perfect. I still use mini products that are overly packaged, overly plastic. They probably have some ingredients in there that are not only not good for me, but not good for the environment. But I have been trying to seek out packaging that is more sustainable and products that are more sustainable. This is one called the Organic Skin Company, and I really like what they're doing. What they have are these packages that, again, are forestry certified. If you check the labels, you can tell. This one is mainly organic, it is cruelty-free, vegan, etc. And it is this forestry certified recyclable. And on top of that, every single one plants a tree. So whenever you buy one of their products, whether it's like the lipsticks or whether it's whatever, you open it up and it literally says, congrats, you just planted one tree. So even though they're a little bit more expensive, they seem to have really good ingredients, and I do like that they are, you know, trying to do what they can to give back to the environment. This is as well is like a glass bottle, which is really great. So even the plastic packaging, you know, sometimes you might be recycling your lunch containers or your takeout containers, but do we even think about recycling our skincare and our shampoo bottles? You know, there's so much plastic that goes into that I don't even think of. I don't know about this little top. I'm assuming that it is. But you know, it's just like another step in the right direction. This happens to be a skincare oil. And then I am giving some of the lipsticks a try. They also have this, which is really cute. This is the Organic Skin Company little filler where you can fill up your own little cosmetic thing, and they're supposed to be super natural. I have a slight concern with the consistency of some of these. I'm not really good at using cream products, so I'm trying to get a little bit more used to that. But this is an example of, you know, a brand that I feel like is pointing in the right direction. And if you guys have other recommendations for clean beauty, please let me know. If you want a video on like a zero waste beauty routine, or like a beauty routine that does not destroy the environment, or zero waste beauty products, let me know, because I feel like I'm going in the direction of trying to research and understand some of those things a little bit more. And if you want me to share them, I'm happy to. But for now, this is something that plants trees, and at least it makes me feel good about the recycled packaging and about making this planet a little bit greener, one eyeshadow at a time. The next thing that I want to share is one of my favorites. Where'd it go? Oh, well, Cassandra's just gonna lose her stuff. Maybe her marbles too. Found it! This is a stainless steel straw, and I have been obsessed with these. I first bought these 2.5, 3 years ago during Vlogmas, and I swear to God, I bring these into restaurants. I take these with me everywhere. I have one in my backpack. I have one in my kitchen cupboard. These help me cut down so much on the straws that are used in restaurants. And sometimes when people see me, they first look at me funny, and I've actually had people approach me and ask, and I feel like then it almost opens the door for me to educate other people on the use of plastic and how many straws end up in our ocean, and it gets other people interested in them as well. Highly recommend these. You know, I'll go to Nectar Juice Bar and I'll get myself a chocolate smoothie, and I will literally recycle the packaging and not even take a straw and just use one of these. One of the best purchases that I've ever made, one of my favorite. And especially now as restaurants are cutting down on the use of straws, I personally like to drink out of straws, so highly, highly recommended. And very lastly is this shampoo bar, and specifically trying to go without shampoo and conditioner packaging. Now, the very first shampoo bar that I ever tried was from Lush Cosmetics. They had one where you like scrub it into your hair and it had like cinnamon. I liked it, but I didn't love it. It just didn't leave my scalp feeling super clean, and then on top of that, if I scrubbed wrong, I would like break off little pieces of my hair, which was not cool, and hello, male pattern baldness. You know, I don't want more of that than I already have. This is one from Meow Tweet. Meow Tweet is an organic and vegan skincare line that I've always used for skincare. I have never used their hair care until recently. And this specifically is a shampoo bar, but it says you can also use it on your body. When you open it up, it says the soap is vegan, fair trade, palm oil, and cruelty-free, and crafted by hand. And so, of course, you check those labels, you make sure that it is recyclable, and you make sure that it is sustainable. But this is basically a saponified bar of soap that you can use as a shampoo bar and on your body. And what's great about this is that when you just apply shampoo, you know, I feel like I don't rub it in very well. When I actually use this, I'm actually stimulating the scalp, which I appreciate. And then on top of that, I'm not creating extra plastic waste because I've checked the labels of some of the shampoo bottles that I'm using, and I'm like, holy crap. Some of these aren't even recyclable. And even if you do recycle them or they are recyclable, they don't always make it to the recycling bin, which is so sad to me. The ingredients in this are rosemary and avocado, specifically coconut oil, olive oil, shea butter, castor oil, orange, aloe vera, and hops. I do believe that some of the rosemary can help to stimulate the scalp, and I know that mint and lavender in scientific studies have been shown to stimulate hair growth in mice. I don't know if they've tested it on humans. But when it does come to this, it does soften and cleanse hair, and that way it doesn't leave me feeling kind of gunky like the Lush Cosmetics ones did. But regardless of it's this brand, if it's Lush Cosmetics, if it's something else, consider trying low packaging beauty products and see if they work for your routine. This is something that I've been super into, and I'm trying to adopt a little bit more. I do admit they do get kind of slimy in the shower, so you do have to be careful. But again, it's these little steps that I think turn into big changes. So these are the 5 different beauty products, or the 5 different products that have changed my life and helped me become more zero waste or more eco-friendly. If you have other criticisms or ideas for me, please leave them in the comments below. I feel like that's so important. And if you do want a video on a complete zero waste beauty routine, or a beauty routine that doesn't concern the environment, or anything like that, leave me some suggestions below. It'll take a lot of time for me to research and test things, but it's something that I'm willing to do because I think that that is a step in the right direction. I love you guys so much. If you want to see a video on where I tried to live zero trash for an entire week while traveling and kind of failed, you can watch that here. And if you're interested in another green, clean beauty video, you can watch that one here. It has some organic ingredients. I love you guys so much. Always remember to be beautiful inside and out, and get inspired by education and an inspirational story so that you can make this world a better place for yourself and others. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.